We're talking toys today. Have you been out shopping? This is the time of year where a lot of people are starting to get their list and check it off, all that kind of thing. And right now we're going to talk about toys. And you really have to be careful if you're buying toys for the little ones. And here from Aurora Baycare is Dr. Scott Zahn, a pediatrician. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Amy.
I tell you, I was talking to the doctor. My kids are they're grown up. I usually don't have to go to the toy store, but I do have a couple of little nieces and nephews and some godchildren and things like that. And I play it safe. I buy them books.
That's a good bet.
But I tell you, you never want to give a toy that could end up sending the child to the emergency room.
Absolutely. With toy safety, you want to make sure that you are buying age-appropriate toys, and there's warnings on all toys to tell you which age group it's good for. The main thing you have to think about is three different things: choking risk, noise and how loud the toy is, and then strangulation can happen with certain toys as well. This is a choking tube,
okay,
or a choke tube, and when companies are looking at making toys for certain age groups, they actually use this as a guide to who can play with that toy. And this tube, if a piece can fit in here like these Legos, then this is not a safe toy for children under 3. Now, obviously, people don't have choking tubes at home.
Sure.
But this is about the size as an empty toilet paper roll.
Okay.
So if you can fit a toy through there, it's most likely going to be able to be swallowed by your child. So you want to be very careful buying age-appropriate toys.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I mean, my son loves Legos still to this day.
Yeah, and they're a great toy.
But if you got little brothers and sisters around, make sure and keep them, in the plastic containers out of their hair. Or for little ones, start them in those the bigger Legos,
right.
So Duplos.
Yep, the Mega Blocks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's important to think about siblings as well, which you mentioned. You don't want to just think about the child that you're buying the gift for, but who else is in the house. Because most likely at some point they're going to maybe be in contact with those toys. Balls are a big choking risk as well, and they actually have special rules for balls and bouncing balls. All of these are way too small for kids. Even this one, which is quite a bit larger than these, is considered too small for kids under 3. The diameter has to be at least 1 3/4 inches before they consider that a safe toy for kids under 3.
And we all know somehow that big ball will end up in kids' mouths. They put everything
absolutely.
in their mouths.
Right.
We're thinking, how are they going to get that in? They do. They do.
Balls and actually balloons, latex balloons, are one of the most common cause of deaths choking deaths in children.
Let's talk about the noise for these little ones. Of course, they go to the toy store and they love all these talking toys and these, computer-like toys that talk, but sometimes, they're loud. They're loud for even adults.
They do have specific guidelines for certain toys. These are just some of the toys that have been identified this Christmas season as being too loud. The ones to think about are the ones that you use up close. Like this is a phone, a toy phone.
So you're going to have that right to the ear.
You're going to have it right to the ear.
It's like a mom and dad's cell phone.
Right. So they have guidelines as far as what they call close-in toys.
You've got to call, doctor.
I don't know who it is. Probably my children.
So that's a good point. This is, like you say, they're going to now we'll never get that toy to be quiet, but you've got that one right up to the ear. That sound is really going into the ear. Do you see cases of that, hearing damage?
There is a lot of hearing loss in children, and they identify 10 to 15% of people who have some degree of hearing loss, not just from toys, but from lots of different sounds. But it is a problem that we see quite a bit in pediatrics.
Now, again, this is something my daughter still loves. She's 10. These Pet Shop, and they made what are some of the other ones I'm trying to think. Polly Pocket. That was it, Jocelyn. Yeah, and she's 10, so she's okay. But boy, there are tiny little pieces that she loses all the time.
Right. Lots of very tiny pieces, and it'll say right here, 4 and up or 3 and up, as far as which age group should be playing with it.
Yeah, so really read that. I mean, I think a lot of people just pick that up and think, oh, that'd be cute for my little 4-year-old. And, you really be careful with something like that.
Yep.
Read those ages and give books.
Books are great.
Thanks so much, Doctor.
Sure.
Good to see you, and happy holidays. And
Have a Merry Christmas.
hopefully the phone won't ring again.